anxiety, you two.
You know what's funny? Owl Gang. You know how Owl Gang has come up a couple times, and people
Yeah,
love the
people
owls.
remember that.
People remember the owls.
Those owls. Fuck those owls.
Have you ever went back and watched that?
No, God, no. I tried to delete it from the internet.
The funniest part about that is I watched it last night with the owls, by the way, because we were wasted, obviously, and it was way funnier than I remembered. Number one, I thought it would be obnoxious and terrible, but it is quite funny. And number two, at the very end, you're like, now we're gonna get fucking owl comments every time we do a live stream, and we do. That was the best part about it. But there were a bunch of parts of the video where it was just an owl, and you were talking to the owl, and it was quite funny. Honestly, it was funny. It was quite excellent.
Similar to Mr. Rogers in the Land of Make Believe, where I believe there was an owl and a cat. I don't know. I watched that. It's been a long time. Anyway, yes, a good reminder from our friend Kyle Joubert. Hit that like button.
Hey, congratulations to LSU winning that huge leverage game against Florida. And he gets rid of Coach O on top of it. So congratulations to LSU backers all over the place.
A lot of good things. But yeah, like and also subscribe. I think that helps. I don't know what that does. I think it just helps you find these videos faster. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, because Christ almighty, this is a bad game. This is a absolute terrible game. There's a better baseball game on than this, so that's probably what I'm doing.
Can you give me an update on the baseball game, please?
It is deuce still. We're in top 6.
Wow, man, this is so much closer than I expected between the Braves and the Dodgers.
I feel like the first 5 total was 3.5, so the over got there. I'm guessing Atlanta was probably you could get a decent price on them they're plus 156. So you probably got a decent price on them on the first 5 run line was about even money for plus a half run. So good job on everybody who got any baseball bets that won. Good job to everybody who bet the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? And I mentioned this after, and anyone who watched the earlier show, Drew's phone just had some issues and died.
Yeah, apologies.
Obviously he's all right. He's here. The Shark Attack truthers were wrong again. Thank you very much. But he's fine.
They weren't entirely wrong. I did fight off a shark. I know. See, as an experienced waterman, I know that you just go for the eyes with your thumb and you are fine, ultimately. Ironically, I did see a gigantic sea lion swimming around in the bay on my way back to try to salvage my Sunday. And he got an enormous squid and was chomping it in fresh air. And it reminded me of Squid Games. It was a very full circle Sunday afternoon. Ultimately,
God, I almost liked it better when your battery was dead. That was a weird ass story.
It's true though.
It's just a different world. We don't have seals here. Did you watch any of this? Like I was in and out. I was watching little baseball. You know what's surprising? Can you guess? I'm going to have you guess. What do you think the yards per play was for Seattle's offense?
Under 3.
It's above 3. I was thinking,
is it?
It's not by much. It's 3.1. I was pegging it lower than that. I think the main issue is they're 1 for 6 on third down. And, it's not like Pittsburgh's been great, but they have 13 first downs to Seattle's 3, 4.5 yards per play, and they're 4 for 8 on third down. So, I mean, the difference there, penalties are pretty even. 2 for 2 in the red zone makes a big difference. And, if this were 6-0, it'd be a whole different ball game. Geno Smith is honestly not awful. He's moving around the pocket nice, but he's just not ready. He's not ready for this. Are you seeing lines in this at all?
Well, I see Steelers minus 1.5, total 20.
I'm going to San Diego in a couple weeks. Will there be seals there? I've
yes,
made fun of the seal story, and I'm back to it. God damn it.
I know where you're staying. You're very close to La Jolla. La Jolla is like Seal City. That whole area is going to be pretty Seal centric, honestly. It's good. It's good fun though. This is an aquatic mammal time of year in Southern California. We got a lot of whales coming from the Arctic going down to Mexico for the Great Migration. There's some seals. There's some good eating here right now. So a lot of marine mammals having a good time.
Seattle gets the ball first.
Dodgers
the total's 20.
Double.
I mean, is there? What is it? What do we have to see for the Seahawks to even consider being in this game, much less in this? Staying inside this 1.5 in the second half.
Turnovers.
Yeah, probably going to need some turnovers. And Steelers haven't been squirrely with the ball in the least. I mean, they're playing some, it's honestly pretty safe football for the most part. You take some shots when there's some penalties, but oof.
Hey, you know what? I think we need to sincerely give Pete Carroll some criticism.
Well, I mean, we have for years.
But no, this half, for a lot of this half, the game was right there for them. If the Seahawks ran a plus EV approach in the first half, in the first quarter of this game on third down, they probably are at least, they're in this game, but they didn't, and that cost them. And they have no margin for error right now.
No, you're backup quarterback, backup running back, and you're already not playing that well on defense at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, I kind of want to just take Pittsburgh here.
Yeah, I don't entirely disagree. Seahawks could get shut out in this game. They might score 0.
This could be 13-7 second half. The total's pretty sharp, I think.
It could be 3-0.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh wins 3-0, honestly.
I think I've seen some people in the chat leaning on the under. I don't hate that, but I think the Steelers is kind of a look on basically Seahawks. Seahawks team total here is 8? 12 to 8? No, 9. Probably 9.
That's the lowest we've had on any stream so far to this point in the season.
20,
that is the lowest.
It's getting steamed to the under as well. Chris has under 20 minus 14. Not really anything on the side, though. The side apparently is just fine with everybody else. I'm going to take a little of it. So a little on the Steelers minus 1.5.
I don't mind laying the Steelers 1.5 at all. And honestly, the Steelers are they got the momentum shifted in that second quarter to the tune of the Steelers got what they wanted, which was we're going to push you around, we're going to run the ball, we're going to do our short passes to our running back, and it's going to devastate you. And I don't know how Seattle counters because they don't have the personnel to really defend that. And honestly, they don't have the offensive personnel to respond. It does not look like Geno Smith is going to be given, they're not going to take him off the leash. Biggest losers are what?
The people who paid to go to this game. That can't be fun. I guess it's probably a nice fall. It's a nice fall.
I'll tell you what. If you live in Pittsburgh and the highlight of your fall isn't the home primetime game, then I don't know what the highlight of your fall is.
Yeah. On the late chat there, somebody asked today. I took a very small Seattle plus 5.5. That is somebody calls them the Stinkhawks. Yeah, they're looking like the Stinkhawks. That was a bad way to spend some of that live Dallas money. Although, thank you to the Raiders for every line over.
I have enough of I've had enough of this game. I've had enough of. I would really, 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 really like the NFL collective to put pressure on Pete Carroll in the wake of this extended absence of Russell Wilson. And if the Seahawks are as bad as they look tonight over the course of 6 weeks, Pete Carroll needs to face some consequences. And I would really, really like people to keep their foot on their throat as opposed to, we lost We lost Russell Wilson. What were we supposed to do? Of course the season got away from us, right? Like, that's
Don't
bullshit.
you just feel like that it is bullshit, but it's how it's going to go.
No,
that's how this. He's got too much equity.
If he, but like equity in terms of like goodwill among the way that people that are covering the team. I think the fans are a little fed up, and realistically, I think I think that it's important to. It's important to be. It's It's important to tear him apart limb by limb. If you're a human being in a mob and you see Pete Carroll, I think you need to go full on barbaric justice. Really, no. Realistically, like
winning a title and being kind of in with the front office, it sucks. Like, I'm 100% in agreement with you, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Do you see me doing my Pete Carroll chewing gum thing?
Yeah, you're doing good work. It's annoying me.
I hate that. But it sucks. It turns into a crutch. There's some sort of mental barrier for front offices when you lose a player. You say, "Oh, it's not their fault. They were bad." No, like, you had to see that this team was bad even with Russell Wilson and a healthy team, and this defense has taken such a step
Wilson was
you
elevating
need to make a difference.
He was elevating you. Year in, year out, he was elevating you beyond your expectation, your actual true expectation.
Here we go.
And now that he's gone,
need to get into those Pete Carroll emails,
dude.
He's typing one finger at a time too.
I don't know that Pete Carroll knows how to use an email realistically, but I have heard a lot of Pete Carroll stories that are NSFW. We will leave those. We will leave those for another day.
Yeah, but, the Coach O NSFW stuff is coming all over the internet. That's been fun. Like creepy Coach O. What are we doing?
Yeah, there's equally those same stories exist for almost. Well, I won't say all because I don't want to just blanketly impugn college coaches, but like Pete Carroll, surely. Go talk to the Manhattan Beach, the people that live in and populate that social circle. You'll hear some Pete Carroll stories that'll make your toes curl.
I'm sure people maybe it's just Midwest people, but we've told some, or I've been told some pretty nasty Scott Frost stories too already. Things are rotten in Lincoln as well, and I know some people over that way, so yeah, it's probably true. Well, and a lot of it came after Coach O got the bag. Like, you get all that money and you get all that praise, and I might get a God complex too. I'm not saying you pay me that much money, but I get to do I can't imagine interviewing the guy because you can't understand him. Like,
I'm curious
the morning
to see
shows
Andy.
And stuff
now I want to know what Andy with the God complex looks like.
Well, it would be bad.
No. I think we are owed this. How do we get to that point where you start conducting yourself like you have a God complex?
I'd need a lot more money. I'd have to win a national title.
We just need Bitcoin to get to what 7 figures of Bitcoin, and then Andy's goes God complex. Is that right?
Not quite. No, I think I'm too grounded for that. But I would get a cool gold chain.
What if
I don't
Soul?
Have the chest hair.
What if Soul 4 figures? Are we at Andy God complex?
I'm not super deep into soul. I like soul music.
Okay.
Oh, haircuts every week. Did I talk about that on the air about going to every 3 weeks just to keep this fresh? I think that might be the move now.
I might be going to get a haircut this week because it's out of control now at this point.
Honestly,
it's absolutely stupid.
Somebody brought this up in the chat. Reverse Samson. Like, you were better as an NFL better with short hair.
That's a good point.
If you cut your hair and sweep the board next year, will you shave? All right, if you get a haircut and then you sweep the board this weekend,
it's true.
I think you have to shave it.
It's
all
true.
The way off.
That's not crazy, honestly. We got to decide on our Halloween getup so that I can get a haircut or not.
We did Lebowski last year. Sunday. Halloween is Sunday this year.
That was an all-timer. I will be completely sober and available and not out at the beach with the phone dying. So I will do a full show for Halloween. But we need to come up with a good costume idea. And we've gotten some good ones. We've been back and forth. But we need to decide so that I can make a decision about my haircut because it's out of control. I need a haircut extremely badly.
Yeah, I don't know. Mark Davis bowl cut? Oh, you can do Mark Davis. I'll do Chucky.
No.
Hey, you could dress up as an owl, and I could be
Chucky was canceled. Chucky was canceled.
Could you be each other for Halloween?
No. I don't think so.
I get that.
That would be funny. Wig. That would be funny. Yeah. I would just go out into the woods with my.
Somebody has a question. I touched
your
lightly
flap hat.
I'll send you my rabbit hat. So I touched lightly on Monday Night Football on the Sunday pod that you left. I had some
Guilty.
Thoughts, but like, do you have a number on that? We didn't really talk about it. I mean, let's just talk Monday Night Football because it's getting. Of course, as is tradition, we make a bet, and then the other thing happens. The Seahawks are moving easily.
Oh, are they?
Just like a little bit. I'm just kind of goofing, but yeah, they are at the 40 already.
Wow. Okay.
Naturally. So Monday night, what do you make this one? Did you bet this already or not?
No. Have we had any market movement in the last 24 hours? Because I have not been watching.
I mean, the look ahead was a lot lighter, but it's 5.5.
No. Last 24 hours. Like
no, I mean,
anything. Anyone's trying to sneak in a hot play on
Steelers territory.
Yeah,
we cured their offense. Congrats, Seahawks. Not really. I mean, it's just kind of sitting in that dead area around 5.5. I have the Bills as my highest power ranked team. So even on the road here and where I have, again, I'm going to do some stuff with positional mismatches. I'm not positional mismatches, but positional matchups. So when I take a pass offense versus a pass defense / pass rush, and I show a massive, mismatch there, I'm going to have to make some adjustments. So like I have this out at Bills. I mean, maybe you'll laugh at this, but with the adjustments, I make this like Bills -8.
I'm not laughing. That's where I'm at too. And I didn't play it. But realistically, I think I want to see the Bills take the Titans' best shot in the first half, and then I want to play Bills' second half. That's where I'm at on this one. So I didn't play it pre-flop because I ultimately expect to play the Bills in the second half. Ultimately.
Yeah, the first half over 26.5. That's probably a pretty good
number.
Ooh,
that's not a bad look. I don't hate that. It's a really high number for a first half total, and we have seen first half unders absolutely fucking crush this year. But ultimately, it's the Bills defense remains overrated. I don't know if you need me to tell you that.
No, but with the dinged up wide receivers and just the offering we've gotten from Tennessee lately, here's something James Cole says. -10.5 alternate Bills. Like, yeah, if you are betting the Bills, I don't think it's a bad idea to maybe take a couple alts for some small money.
What's the alts in the team total market?
Oh, I'd have to look at that. I'm not sure if that exists hardly. It's hard enough to find team totals, much less team totals you can adjust. Maybe
this is the sad part about not having the Tony book around anymore. Because
I know I miss Tony.
To be able to just go ham on that exact thing as opposed to
what percentage are you doing for home field, and you always talking percentages because I know how you kind of do your thing, but equate that to a point. In the average total game, let's say the game is totaled somewhere around 48, 49. What are you giving for home field advantage right now for the average team?
4% win probability bump, which if it is in no man's land equates to about 2 points, and if it's around a key number equates to about a half point. So I'm between a half point and 2 points.
Yeah. I think my average home field across the 32 teams is 1.1 right now. There's different situations where it's higher or lower, but that's probably average. Monkey Tap says Washington football team +10 on the pack. I'm a Packer fan, but it seems so high. I bet it.
Yeah. Andy bet it.
Bills have not trailed at the half for the last 12 games.
Hey,
Bills first half money line,
hey,
baby.
Can you give me a real qualitative take on something? What were the day of bets today? Like what were the hot sides today? Day of.
Honestly, I don't know if I saw a ton.
Are we at a point where we have gotten to fair in the NFL faster than we've ever gotten before?
I wondered that today too, because usually I'll have more numbers that are a point or two off. I had a lot that were dangerously close, like
and even if you watch the action today, everything kind of came down to, well, how was it officiated? What were the real fluky shit as opposed to like true, well, team had the advantage, right?
This is fair. The Jags took money, the Colts took money. Denver moved during the week, but I mean, it was still a hot side today.
Yeah. Was it a hot side today? What did Denver close at?
I just mean you didn't see buyback at the 4. Like I expected some buyback. I think just by not getting that, maybe it was enough even action or non-action that it was
respect.
There.
It was a respect
kind of deal. But outside of Carolina, Washington, and the Philly Las Vegas game, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games where my number is within 0.5 of the market number.
Wow.
And we've done it again, Drew.
Seattle scored a touchdown.
Yes, we've coaxed the offense out of Seattle. Somehow, some way.
They were so useless in that first half. I am absolutely stunned.
Well, that's how it goes. You bet shitty games, you get shitty results. And honestly, anyone who took under 20 is going to be sweating. There's 25 minutes left.
Man. Why Cliff Kingsbury he wasn't even involved in the game. Jonathan? He wasn't even there.
He was the game. I'm sure can he call him at halftime?
I don't think so.
I think he should be able to FaceTime at least.
You think he FaceTimed at halftime?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure he had to. But
I
he was still involved in the game.
I give Carl Cheffers more credit than I give Cliff Kingsbury for that.
Wow, are we doing refs again?
I don't know what to say, man. Some of these games have just been super slanted. I don't know what to say.
Here's something. Sam says the Browns outgained the Cardinals in yards per play and lost by 23. I feel like there's probably some context to be taken in there where I'm going to have to look at, what some of those drives meant to the actual win probability, if there were some big plays and some garbage time, or if it was honestly just turnovers and poorly timed I hate to say this because Drew's here, but poorly timed penalties as well can really, really screw over you. You can have a great yard per play, but if you're sitting in like a 1st and 25, that's going to hurt. And obviously the turnovers, the timing, turnovers. I hate to say this sounds dumb. Like turnovers aren't always the end all be all, but the timing and the position on the field sometimes can be so massive for a swing. So yeah, the offense, all things considered, I wasn't super down on the Cleveland offense today for what they did, missing some players on the line, having Baker coming up there clearly hurt and then get hurt again, missing your star running back. I mean, taking some dings throughout there. So we'll have to see going forward on this. And I guess I don't want to take anything away from Arizona. Like they're still very good. You can't play a very good team and then turn the ball over like that and commit atrocious penalties and have them because everybody commits penalties like that every week. But I think a lot of the luck on refereeing is, they saw that. Like, I think there's a lot of it's just like, the ref was looking at me at that time. There's face masks that get missed all the time. There's, clear penalties, holding penalties that get missed all the time. Like, it's going to swing against you. Or if you're in Drew's case, like, honestly, like, not even like joking with you, like you have been on the wrong side of
every fucking one so far. I know, like, That's why in general I don't complain about the refs. In general, because you're going to get as many bad beats as you are going to get gifted wins because of the refs suck. Like ultimately, it is an extreme. The NFL is an extremely difficult sport to ref fairly. That is the truth. And the faster these players get, the more athletic they get, the more difficult it gets, the more nuances that they add to the refs in terms of like, hey, watch for this, check for this.
Watch for taunting.
Yeah. Not just even watch for taunting, but like there was pretty okay. I don't even know
that I led us back to this.
No, I don't even know if you know what I'm going to say right now. You probably do, but there was a memo sent to the refs this week that said what? Watch for offensive pass interference. I promise you there was. Because all of a sudden, there were some absolutely ridiculous offensive pass interferences called by these chicken shit referees. And they're like, the league is like massaging them in ways and in directions that don't make sense. Like it's not making the product better. It's not making it more entertaining. That none of this is like to make the game more competitive or more spirited or to get viewers, or there's no conspiracy here. It's just the refereeing is shitty. And I happen to have been on the losing end of a lot of poorly called games so far this season, so I'm butthurt about it. That's like this isn't an extended. There's not much more to say.
No, and I mean there are those memos go out, especially in the preseason. They'll even tell you what they are. They'll say like, "This is what we're going to concentrate on this year." But during the year,
you watched that London game.
The Green Bay offensive PI in the end zone.
That wasn't the worst. That wasn't even the worst offensive PI.
It was close.
The worst offensive PI was 100% on the freaking Dolphins. What was it? The Dolphins were driving against the Jaguars in London, and it was the tight end, but not Gesicki. It was the other one.
I can't think of his name.
Fuck, what was that guy's name?
This is funny too.
You know what the ref I'm talking about?
The ref that was like hitting that guy who was trying to block Brady on the interception return. That was a pretty good clip as well.
The
refs are gonna ref.
The refs are fucking garbage. I don't know what else to tell you. The NFL is massaging them in ways that is making it more difficult for them to do their jobs, not less. And you're going to be on the wrong end of it from week in, week out. And ultimately, this is on me for betting real money on this sport, and I acknowledge that. So this is on me. This is not on the refs. No money that I lost this weekend is because of the refs. It's because I bet on this stupid fucking sport.
I'm gonna close the show with saying all of that's like real, but like the one that actually bothers me, and I'm pretty chill. Like it takes a lot to get me mad, is the roughing the passer ones. Like there's never a roughing the passer on like 1st and 5. Like they ended up with like in a good position. Like there's a roughing the passer on that pass. It's always somehow on like 3rd and 17. It doesn't matter if I'm on, and it's happened for me, it's happened against me, but man, roughing the passer seems to happen a lot more granted, there's cause and effect there. You have aggressive pass rushers going after it, trying to, you're not going to have roughing the passer on 3rd and 1 when they're running the ball. That's just not a thing that exists, but I get why it happens. But man, the drive extenders on that, it'll help you, it'll hurt you, whatever. But that's the one that drives me the most nuts because it seems a little ambiguous.
Jeffrey Foster got it right. It was Matt Collins. You want to see what offensive pass interference looks like? Go watch that Matt Collins offensive pass interference. That was literally mind blowing that they called it on him, and he was laughing. He's running back to the huddle. He's laughing like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, honestly, that's the way I've felt about a bunch of the ticky tack stuff lately. I don't know.
Well, let's go Steelers. I got to go pick up some milk and some bread. I have to just keep saying it because when my wife texts me at like 5 p.m. tells me to do that, I always forget after halftime. So milk and bread. Got to hit Quick Trip. We'll see you guys. Tomorrow night?
Get that milk.
Good game tomorrow. So
hey,
all right.
Hey, Andy.
What?
Andy, get that bread.
Get the milk. Get
Get
that bread.
Get
Gotta
that
get
bread.
that bread.
Get that bread. Get that bread.
See you guys.